exactly.
Oh, it's on
I
now.
don't want to rough it. I like my little luxuries.
Connection or something. It's just screwed
Might
up.
need a
Yeah.
toilet seat.
Yeah, you need to.
Time for a new camera.
Unless
You
have
don't
a
want
long
to go
enough
dig a
warranty,
hole
but that's
and,
always
you
what
know,
happens.
I remember.
And it happens from it being just loose and
Can I aim this at
if it's
you?
around enough, it's going to happen.
Richards. So
Yeah.
I
You don't
gave
like keep it in a case or
I gave it across
anything.
the street to somebody, you know.
Well,
I didn't want to.
It's not 'cause of a case.
To lose his temper and shoot somebody.
Oh,
You know,
There's no way you'll ever find the cause then. But
you talking about Richard's rifle?
Family, of course, not an.
You're talking about Richard's rifle?
What?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Richard's rifle.
The hell you just took it and gave it away, you know? You don't ask him. You just,
Well, of course, I didn't want him to know.
you
I'm sure
recording
he
this
didn't
right
use
now?
it. Somebody
Yeah.
gave it to him.
Good fucking.
I doubt if it would probably knock him over if he fired it. But I didn't like.
why
the
would it
idea
knock
of
him over if he
rifle
fired it? It was a 22.
Well, at least you know he was telling the truth because he remembers it.
Yes. You,
All right, Michael, whose picture are you taking?
where's it aiming?
Is there something
Aiming
up
at
there,
you.
Keith?
Okay, Brett, do something intelligent.
I hope so.
What do you do for this? Go to the posterity file? Yeah.
It stays in the camera.
That stays in the camera forever?
Yeah, but you were all talking about things that should be recorded.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I
And then you
just have
stop.
Keith, I probably asked you this before. Did you see the containers that Michael had? Did you show him those containers?
Oh, the first thing I thought, oh, Keith, want to see these containers?
Why, do you want them? Or,
I guess now I know that styrofoam's a good word to use.
Oh, styrofoam,
Right? Okay. I figured out what's going
you have
on.
any use for it?
Yes,
You do?
probably.
Okay. Risa got her she's on Nutrisystem. And
My
they
first
sent her,
thought was mason jars
anybody can
for
be on
containers.
Nutrisystem.
Somebody's went to
She's
mason
on,
jars.
like the whole table would be covered with little boxes.
Isn't that all like, you gotta buy the food or something
Yeah,
from
you
that?
buy special food.
And it's all like different portion control things?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it works if you follow
it
it.
all came in these styrofoam
Oh.
containers.
It didn't come like a little frozen thing?
And no, well, it was frozen.
Yeah,
it
so
was
they
all,
shipped it in
ice
styrofoam,
cold
I guess.
Oh.
in the thing. So of course I
Okay.
thought of Keith.
Yeah, I could use that.
You might be getting them
Well,
forever.
I'll be sure to
if she
get
sticks
Michael
with it.
to Michael. They're in Michael's car.
Nothing's
Styrofoam will last forever too. It's a million years from now, it'll still be floating around.
I just like to throw it in the woods behind my house and just see it there.
Very
Just
big
float
on-
down the creek.
Yeah.
I'm very big on recycling.
Said this styrofoam is permanent.
stuff.
Where is it?
It's like my mission in life.
Right. If only the other 7.5 billion people on the earth felt the same way.
I know. Well, everybody has to do a little something. So I'm trying to
Have
say,
them do
Except
it.
that
then
one
I'll do it.
person does nothing,
One
like 100
person
people
will
have to
say-
do a little something now to make up for that one
Well,
person.
this country's good for
We're not
throwaway.
even, how do you know for sure that the things that are in the recycle bucket are even actually recycled?
Yeah, you don't really know for sure.
Just
Well,
assuming that's going to a different
send you
processing
around a
plant.
truck.
You
So-
pay extra money when you have your siding done
you
to get
can't-
rid of the asbestos, and then they're dumping everything in the same
First of all,
container.
you fill up your
And I
tank.
know it's not
Fine, They
going.
see that you're not recycling at all.
In fact, one guy went to jail today from
They
an
see
oil
you're
company in
not recycling
Delaware.
anything,
He
you
was
get it
they're paying all
right
kinds of
down
money
the
to clean up
Why
the
recycle?
chemicals from the oil,
But we always
and
have
they found he
plenty.
was dumping it into the city sewer
But they don't do
supply.
that anymore.
No, they do.
Oh, they
do. Like,
He got a
never
year's
put out
probation
recycling.
for dumping like illegal
Yeah.
chemicals into the water supply.
That'll teach them.
Why are
Because
you?
you got caught.
I guess that they're
Oh, we always
charging way too much to dump
Why-
those chemicals.
Yeah,
where
right.
he
Even
has to
try.
dump them.
Well, before you used to call the mob and let them dump it.
But my mother is recycling, so that kind of balances out.
You wanted to get rid of somebody, just call the mob. They came to make dog food and dog food factories. They had a bunch of them, and then that'd be the end of the guy. You don't worry about it anymore, and your dog would be happy.
Did I say this before today? That Naomi Victorman passed away?
I knew that. I knew that, and
I didn't know it.
he didn't.
His little
Jackie
They
told
told-
me she saw
You know, Lexa doesn't too.
somebody. I think she saw
It was good.
Rose Joy.
oh, Rose Joy.
And Rose Joy told it both of one. What's the name? Victor mentioned a nursing home or something was. I don't know about now. I didn't get the latest update, and she passed away. Yeah, And Rose Joy's gone now too, isn't she? Rose Joy gone? Or no,
Rose
just
Joy.
Eddie's
No,
gone.
Eddie's
gone.
gone.
Right.
And Aaron was,
Aaron was in a nursing home for a while.
yeah, until he died. And
Yeah.
I saw Aaron. I was at Paul's Run. I think he
Oh,
was
is that where he
living there, getting rehab or something.
Yeah.
And
So I
saw
cannot
her.
put
That
this
was the
on
last I
anywhere,
saw them
ever.
both. I knew about
This is-
him,
Did he-
and I sent her a
he
condolence
recognize you?
note. I wrote a note, saying about the neighborhood,
their
how,
conversation.
Oh, yeah, what a change.
all old times and all. And she wrote me.
I mean, they killed off Rose Joy.
Did you see what they did? You didn't see what they did to your house, your old house.
What'd you say?
You didn't see the guy you sold it to was okay.
Uh huh.
George, right? Because George was sort of a guy that retired from. He was like a upper black guy, you know, like it was a
Upper black guy, good.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad. He was a pretty intelligent black, you know, like
Unlike the other
wasn't
blacks.
a normal
we don't
black
go-
guy.
Yeah.
not every
got
normal
it.
black guy. but
Okay,
you don't understand
good.
what they're saying.
Oh, I
half the
don't
time.
know.
Facebook, right?
So anyway, he said to me, he goes, I'm getting off the block because all these kids
White
are coming.
trash is as
And
bad
you
as
should get off the
black
block too
trash.
because these kids are going to wreck this place.
Uh-huh.
You know, well, that's where he went. So, and then the new people that moved in, there's like two families in there. It's really weird. And the guy is like half Chinese or something. And he made like a pagoda out front with all kinds of like a jungle.
And that's
Like-
it. It's just half Chinese.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like
It looks a big fence, put a big giant fence. Right, everything's fenced off now. They got people put all fences along there, and like they don't want you on their property.
picket
Oh, the
fences.
dog can't set foot on my property. It might pee on my property. Well, how about a squirrel? Isn't a squirrel peeing on your property?
Oh, yeah.
You know, they don't want their dogs. And I said, like, this guy's got a whole thing of tomatoes and like corn and all kinds of stuff, and mice like running all over the place.
Oh.
So I said to him,
With the tr-
you know, this stuff is drawing vermin. And he goes, oh, I don't understand you. Right? Okay, you don't understand me.
First of all-
So I drew a picture of a mouse. I showed it to him. You know what that means?
well, you
First of
did
all,
use the
when
word
they put out a
vermin. That's
can,
not a.
They don't wash it. I wash it. They're clean when I put them out.
What, the mice?
I mean, because, yeah, no, so it doesn't attract bugs or anything,
Yeah.
or flies or mice or anything.
She's talking
Oh.
about fruit.
That's what you do. You're supposed to wash it.
But not if you're growing it. You have a garden where you
Well,
can
if
put
you're growing
stuff to
well,
repel
I
it.
miss
And
that.
well, the mouse got him pretty good
Well,
because
sure,
he took
they
a bite
need
out
a
of
little food.
everything in his garden. One bite out of
Need a little
everything.
food.
So he couldn't eat anything. He said, oh, look at my tomatoes. Like, he showed me tomatoes. He said, there's 2 mouse bites in it. I said, oh, okay, and this one has 2 mouse bites, and this one does too. You know, like, oh well.
Eat the other
I
half.
miss that. I miss a lot of things. I'm sorry to
But I
say.
mean, Glenview Street is not a place to grow vegetables, you know.
No, that's more Nor. Nor maybe Kerper. Like it's
Well,
far.
it's not a place.
Keith used
Oh,
to.
one of
It's
those
not a
Kerper
place to grow
chips.
vegetables anywhere.
That was the
Well,
best
Get the
of food.
They have places called
You get,
farms.
I mean, like Huntington Valley, they have a nice plot people could grow. But,
Yeah.
but you know, you would get a gopher or whatever.
Yeah.
A hedgehog. We have a hedgehog.
Well, yeah,
Not
the neighbors are in too close proximity. That's what the problem is on Glenview Street.
Yeah.
Everybody's too close because Dorothy put a tree up, and all the other trees are taken down because they fell down. You know, so nobody has trees anymore. There's only like 2-3 trees on the
So they
block.
bring their kids
That's a
around.
shame.
Look,
So
there's
the guy
a
next door is
tree.
complaining. He's saying, "Your tree is dropping a whole bunch of crap on my lawn. You don't rake it up." And she's not. She's like, really, she can't rake anything.
200. She's 200 now.
Well, she's sick, sort of, and she can't rake anything. So
Risa got rid of her trees because of the gardener. To me, a tree is beautiful. You don't take down a tree.
yeah, but if the tree's
You
like
do
making a
get
mess.
Only God can make a tree.
Yeah, so the
You're
trees are
trying
growing
to
in their pipes.
die.
What do you do then?
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
Well,
if
that's
Roto
what
Rooter
we
was
had to do
cheaper, it
that.
wouldn't be so bad.
We had to do that on, was it Glenview Street? I'm just trying to
Yeah,
think.
and every time they go into your pipes, they're taking a chance of breaking them.
It went into the pipes, the water pipes.
Yeah, because
So
then your
it just
drain
has-
It
doesn't
seems
drain.
to want water.
Oh, that was down the shore. We had to get rid of the tree. That was different. So
I
that's
like one that makes the sidewalk go like that, like V shape. It's challenging.
Yeah,
actually,
I know, it's
you
sad,
know
but
the
you
trouble?
have to.
There's too many people in this world.
yeah.
That's the trouble.
Up with trees, down with people.
I was like, when I was working for American Appliance, I got
Still more
lost.
people than.
There is,
And
Oh,
we
I
didn't have
forget.
GPS in the trucks, right? So I got lost, and I'm driving on this road for hours. I'm saying, I'm not
One
getting
or two
anywhere.
less
No way
would
to
be
turn
nice.
off. I better turn around or something because, like, I'm not going anywhere. It's like going into Chester County, somewhere in the whatever, the boondocks, right?
I knew it.
So I go to turn around, and I figured, what am I? I'll just turn around, and like beep beep, there's a guy behind me, right?
Oh, yeah,
I
they
said,
go
what are you
fast.
doing here? He says, I was following you. Don't you guys know all the roads? You know, where I'm going out to the main road, right? I said,
Sure.
no, I don't know where I am.
Because you're a white person, or is, how
I
about
take it you found your way back
Yeah.
because I see you.
that's
How-
one of my nightmares. Seriously,
When I
I
had
was
GPS,
when I
nightmare
was
is she's
at
following the guy.
Common, where I'm just riding on the turnpike and I can't get off.
Oh,
And then I finally get off, and then I end up the same place that I was.
yeah.
Oh, I remember Risa missing a turn on the turnpike. We were halfway to Allentown.
Yeah, you got to go.
They didn't have
You got to go
a-
up to the
they
next
didn't have
exit,
a
which is like
turn.
30 miles away, right?
Yeah, it was really good.
how about the time we needed direction to that place for Jamie's recital or something,
Yeah.
and you wanted me to ask directions? 18 miles away, she went. You know, we just left the house. Go down the street. There's trash collectors there.
yeah.
She wants me to
Supposed
ask
to
them. They're supposed to know. And it's a synagogue we're going to. Yeah, but she
Yeah,
she
Jewish
says.
trash collectors.
Well, they
Is that
drive
what the
around.
synagogue
All,
is?
they drive around all day.
Well, that's right.
That's exactly what the guy told me. He said, you guys know the roads because you're always on the road.
Well,
I know
certainly.
kind of know
I'm
where you're going.
smarter than you.
No, you're not.
I'm as smart as he is.
Yeah.
Or he is as smart as me.
Oh,
Let's see. No, with all my children, nobody has directions.
So what did
They
what
could be
did, what did
lost,
the
they
trash
could-
man say? Shalom.
They don't ask, they wouldn't dream of asking directions.
No, 'cause we're men.
Because he says it's a challenge to find a place. He would rather not know in advance. He would,
Did I always get you where you're going?
huh?
Did-
I like to know where I'm going, even if I'm not.
Did we
right.
get where you're going?
Well, if you go around in circles, you'll eventually get to wherever you want to go. Just keep going around in a circle.
Smaller circle.
Wider
I don't like to
circle.
be
Yeah.
captured
Wider
in the
circle.
dark to the side that he doesn't know where he's going. That's all.
No, except for that one time where I was looking for a certain street, and that street was right here, but the other side of the street had a different name. So I saw that, and that's not it, and passed it.
Anyway,
And she
Michael
started
drove me
panicking.
here, to get here, and he took a wrong road. You had to turn around.
Where?
Coming here, you had to turn around.
When?
Took just when we got here.
Are you dreaming or something? Did you-
Well, it was very
You take the wrong
recently.
road?
It was very recently. You made
You
a
know what I
wrong
love in
turn.
Jersey?
I think you're
In
lying.
Jersey, they don't put any street signs. They don't put any
Liar,
street
liar.
signs. Only
Eggs on
once in a
fire.
while you'll see one at a major intersection. Have you
Oh,
one of those,
now I
back
remember.
routes, like the county
The two
road?
streets are
It's
close
not even
together.
marked.
Yeah, the,
So I turned
Pretty bad.
the one before on Buck Road. I turned the street before Thomason.
Yeah, that was it.
It was at a local, so I went down to turn right and turn left. It's when I make a wrong turn, I know where I am and I know how to get out of it.
Okay.
That's because I
Since
drove
I'm
around that
opposite
area.
Direction, I don't know how to get out of it. I
The
just look at the
thing is, you
map.
did make a wrong turn.
Yeah, I just was talking to you and I didn't turn at the right spot. I thought I was past there. It's an intersection. There's
Well, your
turn
dad
here
made a mistake.
and like 30 feet further.
He's talking his way out of it.
But it's not as if I was lost.
No. Oh, I know that.
Now, you can
remember
find your way
Dad-
back. That's
You know
that's the
what?
thing.
I remember Michael, Dad driving, and he would try to get lost.
What?
Yeah, I
He'd
remember
get
that
lost in
too.
the country. You
I remember,
that?
yeah.
He never could get lost.
He tried to get lost.
He just
Yeah,
tried
he
driving
wanted-
somewhere
he
to
wanted that
look
as-
around.
he wanted
And
it
we all get in the
far
car
away.
and go. And there was grass and trees and maybe a
Did
cow.
you ever wonder where Michael got his driving skills from?
Oh,
No.
His father.
Alexa, what does a cow say?
I'm sorry. I don't speak English at the moment.
you
No,
didn't.
only speaking.
No language is better.
Burn.
Alexa, what's a cow say?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Alexa, what's a horse say?
I don't answer everything about horses yet. For trivia, try saying give me a horse fact.
No, I'm not going to do
Very
that.
low IQ.
You see, Michael would rather talk to her.
Alexa, make a noise of a horse.
I don't answer everything about horses.
Okay, Alexa, stop. I always have recordings of my Uncle Marty with a Walkman. You know, Libby brought the Walkman. Oh, that's great. That's great. I got to go buy one of these.
Yeah, walking, that's cool.
But it was, and we took pictures of that. And I heard people saying, oh, what's that, a moving camera? What's it? Am I talking to this microphone?
And now you can ask something questions, and it'll tell you that it doesn't understand.
Yeah.
What a big improvement.
Yeah.
And now it just shows how dated everything is. This just looks so dated. And
It works good for text messaging, though.
Yeah.
If you want to send somebody a text message, you don't want to type it in. Speech recognition is pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
So anyway, once all these cars are driving by themselves, you won't be able to get one to drive down and knock over
You can't drive a
pedestrians. You won't be able to kill people. The terrorists will have to find a different way of doing it.
Oh. Well, you can go over to Home Depot and rent a truck that doesn't have it.
What happens to Michael instead of killing someone?
You won't be able to, well, you have to use a gun the old-fashioned way. The trucks will be driving themselves in the cars, so
I
you
blame
can't
this
say,
all on
go down the
National
street and knock
Football
and
League's
kill
terrorists.
people.
The Copernic. It's all his fault.
Kaepernick, yes. Probably.
I figure that I don't like the world now, let alone what's going to be.
This would be better.
Bad.
The cars will drive themselves, so you can be drunk and it won't matter.
And there'll
So
be
there'll be
no
no
other
more
way.
drunk drivers. And there'll be no other way. I don't know how. What you
When
wanna
we
do.
grew
I think you're
up,
looking
how about a
for
police
a-
car where I have a robot in the tail come up and say, you were retreating.
Good point.
They were
I just
armed.
think
know
it
about
would take
that,
a
but-
long time before.
Who'll be driving the police cars?
I think that's going to take a
It's
long
like they're going to have
time before
automated
that
airplanes
happens.
with no manual override on
Yeah.
them.
Right.
Yeah, without.
Not going to be in my lifetime.
Can't even-
Maybe
Well,
not
probably the
even-
first
Drone
thing.
will be you'll be sitting in a drone.
Probably the first thing to be the trains.
Well, they already have that.
See, I was right.
At the
that I
airport, they
couldn't-
got it. You get on the shuttle thing, the train that goes back and forth in Atlanta, and it says, like, going to the terminal. Doors will be closing in 1 minute. And it goes. So it's all automated and everything.
Yeah, well, they'll have the big freight trains will be doing that.
Well, the engineers seem to be falling asleep, so...
Oh, that.
Like that guy went through that thing, like 15-mile-per-hour turn. I mean,
What did they
And
say?
they
he was
acquitted
asleep?
him? Or the
he
police
said
retired?
he doesn't
They
know what
retried
happened.
him.
He like, sort of blacked out, which sounds like a cop-out.
I do that every
Might have
night.
had a
One
little
in New Jersey, or is this a
marijuana
different one?
or Something.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you had to be holding the throttle. If you put your hand off the throttle, the train stops. So he had to be
It's
having
the
his hand
sleep
on it.
apnea.
And on the pedal. You have to have your foot on the pedal and your hand on the throttle. So evidently he was asleep, like, and it went.
He had a rough night, that's it.
Or had a crack pipe in there, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, God. Thank you
Yeah,
for
the-
even going
just
and
in-
Call the
That
plumber.
girl got. I agree with that
Get it,
girl.
get it.
They see what they hate that girl. Her violin. She had like a $50,000 violin on the train, and she said, "When you go in there to rescue the people," she didn't say, "Take my violin first." She said, "See if you can find my violin." And they go, "Oh,
Okay.
she's such a bad person. She look what she did. She wants to save her violin before the people." And like that wasn't what she said.
Okay. I'm
That's
cool
because
with
the
that.
cable news always gets it wrong.
Well, a $50,000
Well, they-
violin. Well, she must.
I don't even know. I think everybody just
Oh,
changes
sure.
it to the way they like it.
She Curtis
Like
Institute.
they'd rather
Yeah, it just-
rather her
let's
think
add
that
shit,
that's
take
what
it
she
away.
is.
Story,
Yeah.
but
Make it a really interesting story instead of.
I worked at Curtis for a while.
I
Before
won't listen to Fox News.
we. Great.
Channel 6 is my thing.
Oh
Fox
yeah,
News
there's
is awful.
ones.
I don't listen to the news at all.
Fox News is so bad.
But listen to CNN.
CNN's worse.
ABC.
Trump made a whole speech about the tax things, and there's some good things in there. Not one thing nice. They just blasted everything
Not
they
only
said.
that, they do it all day long, the same thing.
But so does CNN. They're all worthless. They're not the news.
Well, I agree with you.
And Channel 6 will only tell you about fires and.
Yeah, well, it is only local. It's local news.
But it's not news.
Can't you tell they're
What do you
trying-
care
what
about a
side
fire?
they're trying to? Whenever they're telling me something, I know what side they want me to believe. I know what they're trying to swing me when
Right.
they say something,
Right.
rather than it be them giving me information.
Right, exactly. And news is supposed to be just information. It's supposed to be impartial.
Yeah. But
And they're
it's
not.
and you can
Well,
tell.
guys like
just,
O'Reilly.
just the inflection of their words. Are
And
enough
the one
to
headline,
make it biased.
the thing,
You know, they changed that. Like guys like Rush Limbaugh and O'Reilly.
but the main,
They said, we're news analysts. We're not news
the main
reporters."
story of the day was that a policeman jumped in the river and saved a woman who drove into the river.
I know.
You know, and how's that news? And how's that affecting it? It's not even traffic tie-up. I mean, it affected nothing, but that
It's
was
just
a leader.
Story.
Yes, it is. It's a
story.
story, but it's not news.
Well,
Yeah.
you got to
You
throw
know,
in some of
if
that
there's a
stuff.
fire in an apartment building, that's a bunch of people are being affected, and traffic. You might want to avoid that if you're driving around. That's not really great, but at least that's something.
Or how about this boy that jumped off a bridge and killed a
Right.
but in
He landed on someone.
going you know.
Oh, he landed on
Told
someone?
you.
There were not the kids that were throwing shopping carts off the bridge and killed that guy?
Not the story. It was
No, he
a
threw
different story.
himself off the
Around the same time, he tried to commit suicide, so he landed on a car and killed the
And not
passenger
only that,
there, and he lived.
survived.
Oh.
She died.
Do you want to visit him? I'll tell you what prison he's in.
Tell me, is he still living?
Oh, that was.
I think he
It wasn't 30
Well,
years
he didn't
ago.
do it on
It's not-
purpose. It was
no, it was just
unpremeditated,
2
right?
days ago.
Then he's probably still living.
I don't remember things an hour ago.
No.
Or what did you just say? I forgot.
How did you?
So
How
that-
far? How long of a
Short
drop
term.
was this? From
I don't know. You know, the regular overpass drop.
It wasn't the drop that did it. It was a sudden stop. That's
Well, you don't stop suddenly.
This thing
'cause
that
you're-
patted your fall, the car.
you land on a jeep and just what was he
I wonder
landing on?
what news we're missing now.
Break his fall.
A hood or
Hood
the
of a
front
car,
hood.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Still
you,
better hitting
you
cement.
hit a home
Yes,
run
it
and
is.
it lands in the bed of a pickup truck.
How if a
Goes
baseball
another
player hits a
500
baseball, hits
miles.
some little girl in the head and kills her or something, or because they go to the hospital? Does the baseball player have to go to jail?
I know. I remember
Oh, yeah.
that.
What-
Saying like
somebody-
five-
That is different, right?
You know, like
Yeah, I'm just asking.
It's
you.
not a reckless act you're doing.
if I'm an apartment building that's on fire and I need to jump out the window, I should aim for the hood of a car and I might be okay somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
You're getting sued. That's
you see it in the movies, especially the older ones before they had all
Landing on
the.
something softer is
CGI.
better than landing on something hard.
yeah, I apparently didn't think the hood of a car.
You ever notice in the movies how many
That's
cardboard,
what's meant
empty
for.
cardboard boxes are out in
Right,
the,
for an
It's not
impact, it's
unusual.
meant to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still, it's going to
under every window? There's empty cardboard boxes.
Yeah, but warehouses are the same thing too. A whole bunch of empty cardboard boxes. Nothing hard to fall on. Nothing pointy.
Okay, you're not an alcoholic, Michael.
Alcoholic.
You'd be drunk really by now.
Why? This is how much I
You
drank.
drink a lot.
This is how much I drank.
How about the other one? You drank.
The other one said it was blocking the camera.
That's
you
it.
could handle the
4
soda.
cents tax, 5 cents tax, 6 cents, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 12 cents tax on that.
That's not bad, but it's probably you're underestimated. I've
Yeah.
never paid the soda tax.
Well, I don't want to pay.
Wait to bring.
So you go to Jersey and you get all your.
Wendy gets my soda for me.
Yeah.
She buys cases of soda and I get, just here.
Yeah, did they ever repeal that tax?
No.
what happened if you
I
bought
read in the
He thinks it's
paper.
wonderful.
stuff online?
Oh,
What I don't understand is how
they expect you
nobody's
to
buying
self-report?
soda in Philadelphia. How are they making any money?
I hope.
I don't see. I go to the American.
Not only
nobody's
that,
buying soda.
but the stores are losing business because people will go there to buy soda, they buy something else. And like they're not doing that either.
right.
So a Wawa is off 5% and 200 Pepsi guys got laid off.
Yeah, I believe
I mean,
it.
he's like causing all
But
kinds of
I'm
havoc.
wondering where they're making the money when nobody's buying the soda in Philadelphia.
But he's evil because
He's
if
an
you
idiot.
if you complain about it, you say, well, you don't want the children.
Yeah, you
to
want
go
the
on-
children.
You're
Look,
racist.
Now it's a new thing now. It's going to take, he wants to have the schools controlled by the local school board and raise property taxes.
Oh.
People can't pay property taxes in Philadelphia now. They're not paying them. You know, let alone raising them. You know, God's an idiot.
I didn't vote for him.
He's a dope. Well, always a Democrat gets in here, mostly.
Sometimes the schools are bad because of the students.
Shouldn't it be,
Not
if you have
always the
more than
teachers.
3 kids, make a thing like, you have 3 kids, the first 3 kids are free, and then after that, you just have to start paying? Maybe.
And what person has 4 kids can afford to pay?
Well,
So they
I
just
don't
want to
have a
pay.
4th kid then.
Yeah, it's going to stop them. Okay. This goes right up on,
Yeah.
right up on whatever that is, Facebook.
Has it occurred that like citizens kind of just think they're entitled to a lot more than they should be, and like they did
Yes.
get a lot of this shit 100 or 200 years ago,
Yeah.
and we're pretty good.
You got a
Yes.
log cabin and you like lived in it and you
Well,
were happy.
right.
But it's
They're like,
only,
I don't have any food. Like, when is the government coming and giving me my food?
it only
Like, what the
occurs,
hell?
only
I have
occurs
to go out
to,
hunting.
only occurs to Republicans.
Republicans don't want to fix, like the guy landed his plane and customs agent came on the plane, and this is a big deal story from New York, and the guy said, I want you off my plane. He said, I have a right to inspect your plane. He says, this is private property. You can't come on my plane.
Oh.
He said, but you're on United States property and I'm a customs agent. I want to check your plane. The guy says, if you check my plane, you won't have a job in the morning. And the whole thing was recorded. The guy had a body cam on. You know, and like, you
Don't know
that's
where
the
you're
thing.
going with this.
Sounds
I'm saying that's your Republicans.
I think it made the news.
They don't think the laws pertain to them. When you get to a certain richness point, the law is not for me. It's not my law. You think Trump thinks the laws pertain to him? He thinks he can take away a TV station's license because they said something bad about him. Oh, take their license away. You're not the king. You're the president. Little orange man. You know,
Just
he's an
because he
idiot.
says it doesn't mean
He's an
he's
idiot.
going to do it. We're not arguing that.
I knew
And what's that?
With
It's
him, he's like,
I wanted Rubio.
And how about the other guy? His what's it was
God.
Kushner? He should know better. He's a Jewish guy, or like Ivanka's husband or something. Kushner, his name is.
Yeah.
He went and he said,
Son-in-law.
"Oh well, they called me up and they told me there's all kinds of dirt, like you know, the Russian ambassador or something, or a Russian lawyer called him and said, come get the dirt on Hillary." And he said, that's the first thing I was going to do, go get the dirt on Hillary. When I found they had no dirt on Hillary, I left. So he just incriminated himself. It's conspiracy. You can't do that. They're plotting against the United States government to influence an election. And he says, I'm going to go get that dirt because
And what did Hillary do with Bernie?
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, she plotted to make sure that he didn't get in.
Well,
The whole Democratic National
and
Committee.
you see the Republicans fighting up there, like, you know. With,
They're the same thing. They're
yeah,
the same group. But don't sit here and act like they're
I think
better.
they're all bad. That's what I'm saying. They're all bad.
I don't think you can talk politics with him.
They really
No,
are bad.
They all are bad.